And now that this MIDI controller is now connected to this laptop, and as you notice, I already opened the DAW, and by the way, the DAW that I will be using today is the Ableton Live. So from here, what I'll do is I'm going to go to options just to ensure that this keyboard or MIDI controller is connected to this DAW, to Ableton Live. So I'll go to options and then preferences. And from audio, as you notice, no input as my audio input because I will not be using an audio interface. And to my audio output, I'm only using this earphone to monitor the audio, so I'm setting it to selecting headphone. And MIDI tempo, as you notice over here, it did read this keyboard mini controller, keyboard controller. So you should be able to see it at the bottom here, Synido in and out. So just make sure that you can see them both over there. And then track and remote, make sure those two are both a check mark. Okay, so from here, let's get out from here. Normally you'll have 4 tracks on here, so I'm just going to remove or delete the audio because we'll not be using them. So I'm just going to leave those 2 tracks, MIDI tracks. And from here, if you press anything here, you will not be able to hear any sounds or notes. That is because we have to do something. So from here, we can use sounds, drums, or instruments. So it's all up to you. Maybe I'm going to use drums, and I'm going to select one from here. I'll set maybe, there is quite a few options here, as you can see. So from here, I'm just going to set this one. You can either drag and drop this one to either of these MIDI tracks, or you can just simply double tap. So double tap, it should be added. So now it's over here, and now I can hear it. Okay, so let's do that. And now from here, so as I showed you earlier, you will have this 8 pads on here, and you have this pad bank. So right now it's currently, it shows you here pad bank A. So if I'm going to tap this one, there you go. So it's showing those 8 pads at the bottom. And if I'm going to change this to pad bank B, so it says pad bank B over here. So I'll tap it again, so it gives us a different sounds. And you will notice also on this Ableton Live, so the pad bank B are the 8 pads on top of the 8 pads here at the bottom. So again, pad bank A, normally the 8 pads here at the bottom, and then the pad bank B are the 8 pads here on top. You can actually customize them as you like. Okay, so maybe I'm going to go back to pad bank A. There you go. Okay, and now maybe let's add another track, MIDI tracks. Maybe let's go to maybe sounds, and then let's add synth keys. Maybe let's select this one. So again, you can just drag and drop. So drop it over here, track number 1, and again, make sure it's ARM. So that one has to be highlighted, because if this is not highlighted, you won't hear anything. So make sure it's highlighted in red, or they call it armed. Okay, so now we should be able to hear something. There you go.